shouldn't be hard. Life should be a fun-filled adventure every day. So now start joining up dots. Tap into your talents, your skills, your God-given gifts, and tell your boss, you don't deserve me. I'm out of here. It's time for you to smash that alarm clock and start getting the dream business and life you, well, of course, are dreaming of. Let's join your host, David Ralph, from the back of his garden in the UK, or wherever he might be today, with another jammed-packed episode of the #1 hit podcast, Join Up Dots.
Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Well, we are back on the business track. Yes, over the last few weeks, we've been looking at mindset. We've been looking at health, trying to get you really buzzing internally so that you can move into the side hustle or start your own full-time business or whatever you want to do, but you've got the energy to do it. Well, I was talking to a guy at the weekend, and he was talking about how he starts businesses, but he never gets any traction. And I said to him, well, what sort of traffic are you getting? And he just looked at me blankly that he couldn't answer it. So I sort of explained to him the different versions of traffic that you get to a business and why they're so important. And I could see him light up. So I thought, as I normally do, this might make a good podcast episode. So what we're going to do today, we're just going to go through different types of traffic, because we hear the term traffic, we hear online traffic, but do we really know what it means? And do we really understand why certain traffic isn't worth much, but other traffic is worth its weight in gold? Now, if you see a website, one of the things that people do when they start their own business is they think that a website is going to be the key. Get a website up there, and then people are just going to land on there, and they're going to make £1 million. Well, it doesn't work that way. And the very first thing that you need to do is get the website up there, and then start, before you even start building traffic, start getting the back end right, so that when traffic lands on your website, you've got a chance of owning it. Now, I want you to remember those terms, owning your own traffic, because it's key for growing a successful business. So if we break it down into three terms, we've basically got traffic you own, traffic you buy, and traffic that kind of just stumbles over you. Now, traffic you own is the best kind. This includes my podcast listeners. So when I release a podcast, if you're subscribed, there's a good chance that you're going to hear the message that I send out to you. It might be your social media followers. It might be email list. It might be your website visitors. Whoever it is that come back again and again, you want to own the traffic, because you can always reach out to them anytime you want without paying for ads. You send communication out, and boom, it arrives in their email inbox or through their ears or whatever form that you're doing it. And it is so powerful, because you can send emails or promotions directly to these people whenever you want. Now, they've already shown an interest in you. They've come across to your website, or they've come across somehow, and they have subscribed to your email list. They've subscribed to some free courses you're doing, whatever. So they are already interested. So when we send out the emails and the promotions to them, they're going to trust you already, because they've chosen to follow you, and that makes it easier to sell to them. People buy from people they trust, and the best thing of all is it's free. Now, it's not free in your time, because you have to build the audience. But once you've got the traffic coming to you, you don't have to keep paying for ads to reach them. It's amazing. So imagine having, say, 5,000 people on an email list. And every time you launch a new product, you can tell them about it with just a few clicks. And a small percentage, maybe 5 or 10%, if you're lucky on that, will buy, because they already know and like you. And then you create another product at a later stage, and you send it out, and another 5 or 10 people buy it. It is incredibly powerful. Now, that is what all businesses want. But unfortunately, a lot of people come along and they think that they can build a website and then just buy the traffic. And this is when you pay for ads like on Google, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, to get people to visit your website. Now, it's good. This is good. okay? Because you can target specific people using their data who might be interested in your product, your service, or your podcast. I used to do this in the early days to get people over to my podcast, but I don't do it at all now. And it was good because it was fast. I could get traffic immediately, unlike building your own traffic, which takes time. But there's a danger to this, and this is where people make the mistake. The danger is if you're paying for each click and your website isn't ready to convert visitors into customers, like if it's confusing or the offer isn't clear, you're just wasting money. And if it's not set up to be able to some way own that traffic, you're wasting money. You want to get their email address, you want to get their name, you want to get their location, you want to get all that kind of information so that you can then market to them later. And many people, I find, especially the ones that come through my coaching sessions that are already building businesses, they buy traffic without a clear plan for how they'll make money back, the back end of the business. Have they got the products, the services or systems to get people to buy multiple times over time? And then if they have, then it's great because you're going to make multiple money on your click. But if you haven't, you're just wasting money. And I find this is one of the biggest failings of new business owners. They think they can build a website and then just drive customers to it, and they are going to make profit because the people are going to land and just buy it. But it's such a small percentage of people that will just land on a website straight away and actually buy it. They reckon you've got to have 7 touch points, and you've got to break down their obstacles in different ways about 7 times. So some people might be unsure about the quality of the product. Other people might be unsure about the price. Other people might be unsure about the status that it's going to give them. There's about 10, 15 different things that people hold back on. They're their obstacles, they're their mindsets. And so you've got to think about what your customer, your avatar, really is dealing with so that you can keep on going, don't worry, guys. I know you've got concerned about this, but blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know you think it's expensive, but actually, if you compare it to other products, the lifespan of this product lasts, and deal with their obstacles and their questions and their objections. Okay, so if you're buying traffic, it's great because it's fast, but you've got to think about how you're then going to own that traffic, how your money will then pay back your business time and time again. Now, the last one is traffic that just sort of stumbles over you. This is organic traffic, and this is when people find you naturally. It might be through Google searches, social media posts, word of mouth. You don't pay for this traffic directly. And it's great. It's free. I build most of my businesses on this type of organic traffic. And I lose count. I should monitor really how many people actually come through to me asking different questions because they've landed on one of my podcast episodes. They've listened to it and then they comment or they email me, whatever. It's great because these people are often more ready to engage with me because they've discovered me on their own, rather than being sold to right away. Once again, it builds the trust up. And they might listen to multiple podcasts before they actually connect with me. But the challenge is of this one, it takes time to build up the traffic because you need to create content, and you need to create content that people care about, like the blog posts, the videos, or social media updates. I still think it's great, but it's less predictable because you don't control how quickly it comes in, and you have to stay consistent, and Google can change their algorithms, and a good blog post suddenly drops down, and it has fluctuations, okay? But it's still worth building that into part of your business, whatever you're doing, because it builds trust. Now, how do these types of traffic change your business? Now, you've got to think about this, and this is where the guy I was speaking to at the weekend didn't really grasp this until we had our little chat, because traffic you own gives you control over your marketing. It allows you to make consistent sales without any extra cost. You understand your client. You can start speaking to your client directly. And then when you've got something to market, you can send it out to them. Okay. So it's just a control factor. You've actually then got a business that you are building and you're developing because you've got that influx of income when you want it. Now, traffic you can buy. This is great because you can scale your business quickly, but you need to be smart about how you spend. Don't just throw dollars at it. Don't make sure that you've got the back end. You've got your email list set up. You've got potential products. You really understand your avatar, your customer. You understand why they might have clicked on this link, what they're actually looking for, what they're thinking, what's their problems. Spend time doing that before you spend anything on paid ads. And then the traffic that stumbles over you is the long-term growth. This is the stability. It's never going to disappear. It's going to be out there all the time. But it does require patience and consistency. Okay. So I think that talking about the paid traffic, I think that is the one that I would do last. I think because you then understand your business more by doing it. You will have understand how to turn visitors into buyers. Okay, you understand how to make your website more clear or convincing. If you don't have some way to make people come back time and time again, or you can communicate them time and time again, like an email list or a follow-up system or additional offers, you're wasting money. And the biggest thing is you don't track if the money you're spending on the ads is actually making more money in returns, the return on investment. It's a bit of a minefield to buying the traffic, but if I've got a business up and running, it's like I've got an electric charging business. We're building the back end of that at the moment to make it really tight. And then we're going to pay for ads into that because then we know we're going to get the money back easily. But at the moment, we had to understand what the customers were looking for. So we built it up slowly, talking to real people, doing real work for them, and then understanding their obstacles and their thought process. Before we pay for ads. So if you are thinking of doing that, then you can do it, but you've got to have a good back-end setup. You need to run an ad that either sends people to a free giveaway on your site, like a free ebook or a course or whatever. I've got loads of courses on Join Up Dots. It could be that you have a sign-up, an email list, which is once again great, but I don't like to have that just one bucket of come across, sign up, and you're in my email marketing list, because I want to know, once again, what the people are struggling with. So I like to break them all into segments. The key thing is, if they don't buy right away, which they won't, you can then keep them on your email list and your offers. You can then nurture it over a long period of time, but you've got to build that good back end setup. Okay, so what's the focus? Focus on building traffic you own. The way is email lists, podcasts, blogs, comments, whatever. Only buy traffic when you have a plan how to convert it into customers, and constantly be building organic traffic. Keep a steady stream of new visitors coming in, and by balancing all of these, you can grow your business and avoid wasting money. Now, if you've got any questions on that, please just drop us a line at joinupdots@gmail.com. If you basically, if you've got any questions on that, if you're building a business and you want us to look at it and test things out from our eyes, then just drop us a line with that as well. But the bottom line is, if that has been useful to you, please share it with your friends. Please rate and review the podcast on any platform that you listen to us on, and come back soon, because we've got a new podcast coming just within the next few days, as we normally do, and hopefully it will be the one that is the starting dot for your journey. Until next time, you stay sexy, my friends. You look after yourselves, and we'll see you again. That was Join Up Dots. Bye-bye.
That's the end of Join Up Dots. You've heard the conversation. Now it's time for you to start taking massive action. Create your future, create your life. It's the only life you've got. We'll be back again real soon. join up dots, join up dots, join up dots. Join up dots.